Right.
It sounds like so much fun.
Yes.
Exactly.
Avada. No. Okay.
No.
What?
Okay, this ain't Hogwarts Legacy. Okay. Hello and welcome back to the Nuanced AF Pod. I'm Juan.
I'm Lex.
And we are two highly empathetic people that are always trying to find a nuance in everything because everything is nuanced AF. Lex, we are not alone.
Yeah.
We are in for a treat today. Joining us for the very first time as a very first guest on this podcast. She is the published author of hit novel Setting Fires, mother of 4+ kids at any given time, modern day saint for children in the adoption/foster world. My dear friend of mine from high school, please welcome Brooke Andersen.
Hi there. Wow, that was quite an intro.
Thank you.
I'm excited to be here. I'm honored to be the very first guest on Nuanced AF.
Yes. I meant to hold this up when I was talking about your book, but I still have it.
Oh, my goodness. All right, I have to say that I have and it's a signed copy. I have my 2013.
Yep.
I have my copy stored away collecting dust somewhere. So this is a throwback.
Yeah. Did you know? I just randomly Googled this because I know it's on Amazon. You know it's on eBay. Some people are selling it on eBay.
Probably. It used to be carried by Barnes and Nobles.
Okay.
So it must have just. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy them
It's
out.
been a long time. All 3 copies in existence.
Yeah.
Juan is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. It'll be like a collector's edition, but I'm the only collector.
Yeah.
And you know what? One is a good thing. I have at least one. What a throwback.
Yeah. So welcome to Nuanced AF.
Yeah.
Like I said, Brooke is a dear friend of mine, and I'm so excited to be able to share her with you guys. Because you're an amazing person. I'm gonna get the glazing out now.
Yeah. Agreed.
We'll let them decide later after this podcast I know what kind of comments that I have.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, since I had brought up, the book Setting Fires and whatnot, I wanted to first ask you about like writing and stuff. How'd you get into writing, and have you written anything lately?
Oh, okay. So I wrote my first full-length novel when I was 10 years old. And is that impressive? No, because that's a red flag that somebody should have picked up on when I was little. No, it was very much the old soul kind of, that's how I process things, was writing. So I got into writing really young. And I first published, I believe I was 15. And then again at 17. And then I went off to college, and I've been on a decade-long hiatus, but from publications, but not from writing. I've been writing ever since.
Yeah.
And this is not an announcement, but I will say I am sitting on my first adult written full-length manuscript that I am in the process of finding somebody to sign it. So the answer is yes, I am still writing.
That's cool.
And there is one in the works. Yeah.
Nice.
You heard it here first, folks.
That's awesome.
A podcast exclusive. And all the news outlets are gonna eat this up. No.
I would love that. And not for the 3 copies in existence to be sold on eBay one day.
It would be kind of insane if like you did publish and then it popped off, and then this was like the first actual announcement of it. Like that'd be insane.
That would, and then you guys would have the exclusive.
And then people would like find it and be like, "Whoa."
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
it'd be
right.
crazy.
Yes.
Anything for clout. No.
I would love for it to take off, even for a small pocket of people. It would be fun to take off one
Can you
day.
say what it's about? Or are we keeping that hush-hush?
It's unlike anything I've ever written before.
Okay,
I used to do a lot more fantastical and or historical fiction books, and this is more of each book in the series is going to highlight a different helping professional who is burnout and making awfully funny and horrible decisions and mistakes. So
I like the concept.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be really fun, real relatable, and not too heavy.
That's interesting. Yeah. I like that.
Awesome. And obviously, Lex, if you have any questions, like you're more the reader than I am, so just feel free to hop in.
I will fill in the gaps.
I know,
see
like
them.
we had a conversation off camera, like before this, where I'm sure you got a lot of that out. But again, anything you want to ask, feel free to interrupt me. Okay, so like I said, I'm not a big reader. Sorry to say.
Blasphemy.
But
we're still trying.
Historically, I have said that, in many different episodes and whatnot, how much I like Twilight. I mean, we even talked about it beforehand.
We did, literally, earlier.
But like, I know you and I, we have a lot of conversations now as adults.
Yeah.
What it's like revisiting that, like rereading and rewatching it, and like
as an adult,
finding the more like problematic things that maybe like I was like kind of blind to because I just loved.
Loved
the cool world of like vampires and werewolves and
that was such an integral series for our age range. Like that's such a critical time period in our lives too.
Yeah,
at that kind of younger high school level, and so that's that's nothing. I think everyone in our generation is still kind of talking about Twilight.
100%. And that was just a time anyway, because the vampires specifically were very popular during that time period.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was like True Blood, and there was like Vampire Diaries. And then there was, obviously Twilight. And I'm sure there's more. I just can't remember. I can't remember it right now. But, it was a whole thing. That was a whole concept that people loved.
We're all Team Edward here, right?
100%.
I think so. Yeah. Okay.
100. I like how you softly were like, what is she do?
We had to make sure.
We're like, wait a minute.
Absolutely. We are consent kings.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions you want to ask Brooke about like any of that stuff?
No.
I would say like, you read any good books lately? And
have I read any?
Yeah.
We don't have enough time on this podcast. Yeah. I can share my Goodreads account with you guys.
Are we Goodreads friends?
I don't have you on Goodreads. I actually very newly am on Goodreads.
Okay. I was going to say, because like, why isn't that a thing?
But I can add you.
Definitely
I was telling Lex that I've been reading Assistant to the Villain series. So cute. Highly recommend if you need something to laugh about and something, maybe an introduction to the fantasy world. I'm huge into fantasy reading, so that's what I'm currently reading.
Okay. Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Just give us like one recommendation for right now. It doesn't have to be...
Oh, that's so much pressure because that's a fun read, but not necessarily like
a serious.
Okay, that's fine.
You need to read.
This is a no pressure podcast. You can give us that fun read. Maybe give another recommendation then. That's a little bit more.
That works too.
An actual like recommendation.
My top series of all time is Throne of Glass.
That being your top series of all time is so funny.
It is.
Just because it's like so new.
It is.
Like,
I mean, there are nostalgic series like Harry Potter. I grew up reading Harry Potter many times. I've read and watched that series.
That makes sense.
But I have to say, like, as in my adult life, Throne of Glass was like the most impactful.
I can see. Yeah.
I love me a female heroine who is also an assassin.
It is kind of badass.
That is very you.
Yeah.
Like you give like sweet girl, but like you're gonna stab a bitch in the back.
I like to say like I'm giving undercover trad wife.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm wearing a bandana.
Your outfit is very cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm kind of like a sleeper agent where like somebody says something because they're comfortable around me. They're like, "Well, she's wearing a long skirt," and then it's triggered, and I'm like, "Well, actually,
I do like that. Yeah. I do see it.
Yeah,
it's in the best way possible.
Yep.
I was telling Lex, I was like, Rook's outfit is a very you outfit.
Oh yeah,
because like
a very Lex outfit.
Yeah, she wears bandanas all the time. She wears like fun skirts all the time. And,
it's funny because
and like, green too.
Your pants like are very similar to the pants I was going to wear today, but I was like, no, I'll do something a little different.
Well, we should coordinate.
We could have matched.
I said there was a world where like you could have showed up in the same outfit, and I would have like laughed.
I would have loved it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny.
That's awesome. Okay, anything else?
No.
Okay. So I brought this up.
However you want.
Cool. I brought this up about you because like your life is very centered around like children, and I think that's one of the most interesting things about you, and I kind of want to get into that a little bit. What inspired your passion for taking care of children? Whether it's your own adoption, foster.
Yeah. Well, I got involved. I started becoming involved with the foster care system in like a helping perspective when I was around 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I have not put it down since I was 12 years old. So more than half my life has been involved in some fashion with foster care, starting from volunteer opportunities, respite care within my family, and then going on to become a social worker within the child welfare system and then foster parent. So I think it started with just being around kids in foster care and piquing my interest. And then as I got older, I kind of realized that I was fixated on the interest because of how closely it hit home to me and kind of our family's background and how we needed help and we had the people to give it to us. So what happens to the kids who don't have the help? And that's just, it took off from there and I've never put it down.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, because like I'm sure there's so many stories of people who don't have that.
Yeah.
Who could use a Brooke in their life. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah.
So I said that when I introduced you, I said you're a mother of 4+ kids at any given time.
Yeah.
So you have one of your own and adopted 3.
Okay. Here's the lowdown. Yeah. So we have one biological child. We have one permanent custodial child, and then we have 2 adopted children.
Okay.
We have had total 16 kids come through our doors, though.
Wow.
Through foster care. So we've had a lot of kiddos. And our primary goal, the type of foster parents we are, is for them to return home to their families. And then the kiddos who didn't were the ones that couldn't.
Yeah.
And so they have a home with us.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely love that. Just amazing. Like I said before, like more people and important,
so
very important work.
I say important more than amazing. I think people put foster parents on some kind of pedestal. I think because the idea seems so outlandish to them. But I really like to kind of break it down and be like, we're average people just doing a little bit above average work.
Yeah.
And not everyone. I actually am not a proprietor that everyone can be a foster parent. Not everyone should be a foster parent.
Just not like everyone.
But everyone who has the capability to give that kind of love should give themselves a little more credit to do the research and to take the trainings.
Yeah.
And to do it because we are just kind of average people.
Yeah. That does kind of lead into my next question about what are your thoughts on people not having as many kids, thus waiting later to have them?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's a very interesting question.
That's a little bit of a pivot. I'm all for it. I think that we're not living in a time where you need to be having so many children. And I think if you want to, that's great, but people are choosing to prioritize stability. I think essentially you do you. For lack of a better term, medical advancements have come so far. You can be having kids into your late 30s and 40s and raise them perfectly fine. So I think that it's totally fine if you have less children, and certainly don't look to my family and be like, oh, do I have to do that? The answer is no, not if you don't want to.
It's not a one-to-one.
Yeah. Well, I just think, and you would know this best, that like the systems that are supposedly set in place to like help with like childcare and whatnot. I don't think it's. I think it's lacking. I think it's not where it's supposed to be. And
yes, and it's interesting. I come from a unique perspective because I have background as a child welfare worker, so I've seen that aspect of being overworked, and there's not enough resources, and we have to pick and choose. What is the most pressing issue,
and that's not fair to everybody.
It's not fair, and I mean, it's one of the highest turnover rate careers that there is.
That's so stressful.
The average career life of a child welfare worker specifically is 2 years.
Wow. That's a lot lower than I thought.
So it's so hard. Is the system horrible and it's failing? Yada, yada, yada. Yes, it is. But it's also full of people who are doing their best with the resources that they have.
Right.
So it's kind of, I have the unique perspective to see both sides.
Yeah.
Because if the system's not helping you, how can you help people?
Correct.
Yeah. On an individual standpoint, I'm sure all the people are like wonderful and they're doing, their best. I stand corrected.
That's not true.
Okay.
But a lot of people are.
Okay, there are a lot.
It's a mixed bag.
It's a mixed bag, and it also depends what state you're from. So, some states don't require a social work background. In the state that I live in, you can graduate with a business degree and walk into a child welfare agency and become a caseworker.
Oh wow!
With absolutely zero background on learning about privileges and disadvantages.
That seems like a choice
It's because there's not enough workers, so you need somebody. And there's some people who turned out to be wonderful at it, but it also poses an immense risk to the kids in the system.
Yeah.
Because I get, like, you need to, like, make it the barrier to entry easier, but then also, like you said, that's risky.
Very.
Very risky, because what if they just simply don't care?
Yep.
Or don't have everyone's best interest in mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't have. I mean, we spend undergrad so much in the social work field of exploring like internal biases, and those implicit and explicit biases, and how can we prevent this from interfering with a family?
Yeah.
But somebody just graduated business school and is doing the same job as me.
Yeah.
So it can be really dangerous. But I like to give the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'm one of those people who really try to paint foster care in a positive light, not because it's a positive thing, but because there are a lot of good people doing their best, and it can be beneficial. It can be the thing that this child needed. And
there's a lot of good.
A lot of good to get kids back with their parents in a safe way, and if not, then get kids in a forever home.
Yeah. What's one thing you wish people knew about the foster care system that they might not?
That it is not full of bad people and monsters that you would think it is. It is not, the purpose of foster care is not to save children. The purpose of foster care is to redeem a whole family. And it's a really amazing, beautiful thing when that does get to happen. And I've seen it happen when parents do everything that they needed to do, got resources that no one's ever given them in their life, rebuild themselves and get their kid back. It's like the most amazing thing to ever happen.
Very full circle.
It is full circle. And it's not, and it's like a beautiful way to live too, to realize that like people are broken and people can be redeemed and people can change, and that's a much more like beautiful way to live than to just think that everyone's horrible monsters.
Yeah,
and
because the brokenness
what an awful
doesn't
world.
mean that you're a bad person.
No, it's so much redemption.
Yeah,
that was very beautifully put.
That was, it was very eloquent.
I felt like it's like watching poetry in motion.
No, I'm not a poet. No.
She's a writer though. Well, cool. That's actually going to lead into the segment that we started off this podcast with. Am I the asshole? Are you a peruser of Reddit?
I am not. I am a peruser of AITA videos sometimes. And I also watch this podcast. So
Yeah.
So by association,
but I don't go on the hellscape that
So
is Reddit myself, but I do watch these videos.
Yeah. So you understand the concept of like the MAS. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this one I have themed. I have kind of curated it a little bit. Am I the asshole for refusing to take in a foster child?
Oh, dear.
All right. My husband, 44 male, and I, 43 female, have 2 kids. Both left for college, and one is in law school now. So we are empty nesters. I love it. I get to go wherever, whenever. Right now, I'm skiing a lot, and we take lots of vacations. I'm planning on retiring in a few years. We invested smartly, and now our home is paid off, and my kids are getting a full ride in school. We can retire without much worry, although we will still work until the economy is better and our bodies allow us to. Problem is, my husband is now bored and wants to foster a child. I am absolutely against the idea. My cousin did foster a child for 3 years. She is infertile and decided she wanted to foster as a way to have children in her life. But that child was a complete nightmare and almost made her and her husband divorce over it because it caused so many issues. I know not all foster children are like that, but my cousin is far more compassionate, she is a nurse, than me. And she was crying to me and my sister every day about it, and I don't want to do it. It's hard to tell what a child has gone through, and it's usually nothing good if they need to be fostered. I don't have the energy to deal with it anymore. I raised my son and daughter, and unless they need me, I'm going to finish my last years at work and then retire and enjoy my quiet years. My husband constantly badgers me to reconsider, and I've told him I'm not going to. He argues it will be like having a child again, and I told him I don't want that. I told him to find a volunteer position at a school or go down to the children's wing of his hospital, he is a doctor, if he wants to spend time with children. He also works outside the home while I have a hybrid job, 3 days in the office, 2 days at home, so I feel like any foster child will just become my responsibility. But he's constantly complaining that I'm not being compassionate and we could change a child's life for the better. But I know it will probably change my life for the worse. Still, am I the asshole for refusing to sign up to be a foster? Brooke, I'll let you have the floor with this one first.
No. You guys, I want to hear what you guys have to say because I immediately have my thoughts.
Okay.
And I know exactly what I'm going to say.
Okay. What do you think?
Ladies first. No. Okay, so this is the perspective of the wife.
The wife.
Yes.
So her sister is a
nurse.
But also a foster parent.
Mm-hmm.
She is not a foster parent. Her husband wants her to be.
I guess wants them to be.
Yeah.
So they're empty nesters.
Yeah.
But they've had family with a bad experience.
Yeah. I would say that, like, I understand her husband, like, wanting to foster, but I also think that ultimately, like, if she doesn't want to do it, you shouldn't do it if you don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think asshole is too strong a word. I wouldn't go as far to say, oh, she's an asshole. I would go and say that, like, I also wouldn't even say she's being non-compassionate.
I would go as far as to say she is not the asshole.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah, because like, if you don't want to do something, I don't think you're going to be the best at it.
Yeah, that's just going to create more problems than it is solve them.
Yeah, I think that if you wholeheartedly want to do it, then go for it. But if you don't want to, like, the fact that they're already disagreeing is a big red flag for me.
I think yeah, fostering a child is not something to do when you're bored.
No.
Mm-mm. So,
like, and she seems she's enjoying her life the way that it is. Her husband seems to be missing something, but that seems like you could maybe remedy that in other ways.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be, like, through this situation that your wife doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brooke, I see you shaking nodding your head back there.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, she's not the asshole.
Yeah.
I find her sister or sister-in-law?
Yeah,
and her husband to be more problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of her comments are uneducated, but we cannot fault someone who has never had, the education.
Mm-hmm.
She's not the asshole. You should not do foster care if you are not fully invested in everything that comes with it. I think the husband's more of an asshole because you do not do foster care to serve you. You do foster care to serve them.
Yeah.
And he is bored.
Yeah.
And not get a puppy.
Yeah, exactly right.
For real.
Get a puppy, and then I am very careful with people experiencing infertility.
Yeah.
In the foster care system. And one of my jobs that I had was licensing foster parents. And so I would go through these lengthy interview processes. And if you are doing it as I guess this is my only option, and even though I didn't really want to do this,
it's not a good place
you are bound to fail, and you're bound to fail that child. So I also take issue with perhaps that experience, although we don't have much context. So yeah, no, she's not. If you do not want to do foster care, if you're not in full agreement with your partner, do not do it. Do not do it.
Yeah, that seems like you're pushing yourself into a situation that no one's going to be happy.
Nope.
Like,
nope. There's definitely, like what Lex was saying, there's other ways to remedy that.
Yeah.
It could be host an exchange student.
Right?
Yeah.
Or get
honestly,
a puppy.
Get a puppy. Like,
or there's mentorship programs in foster care as well. The husband can be a mentor towards a child who's close to aging out of the system.
Yeah.
If he wants that. But yeah, no, if I were interviewing this couple, I would not approve them.
Which makes sense. I can see that. Or yeah, he could even, like, volunteer at, like, a Boys and Girls Club or, like, something where it's, like, children centric, but not necessarily, like, having a child in their home. Like, that just seems like, especially since your wife is not on the same page as you, dude.
Nope.
Please, like, get on the same page. Especially with something as important as that. Like,
there's nothing wrong with not wanting to be a foster parent.
Yeah. Knowing your limits is important.
Knowing your limits.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, I think we're in agreement.
He's a bit more.
Yeah.
I do take offense to them, like, saying that they're nightmares and that
that's not the best.
I take offense to that piece, but that, again, there is, like, very, very mass levels of misconception about it, and a lot of people do make those comments to me, like, just like in a grocery store. So that's fine.
But
like
said,
so that's where that uneducated
yeah.
piece, I wouldn't go as far to say is, like, she's horrible for that, but
yeah,
because there was one line that she said, and it was really harsh.
Some that made my blood pressure skyrocket back here. She said something.
Should I not repeat it then?
No.
It was the part, I gotta find it. Something about how, like, if they're in the foster system, like, they're they're like no good or something like that.
Yes, she made the comment that they've been through horrible things. With inherently, yes, but like I would argue that a lot of people are going through horrible things at any given time.
Like, better. Yeah. It could be more like
they're going through a hard time. It's nothing that they've done.
It's not like inherently them.
Yes.
It's the fact that they've gone through trauma, and that's not necessarily their fault.
And it's also like you shouldn't go into foster care seeking to just be their only parent either. Yeah. Unless you're talking about the very small niche of like foster to adopt for like older children in foster care looking for an adoptive home. Your goal is not to just take these kids as your own. To be bored. The purpose of foster care is to provide a normal, loving home until a decision is made. So it sounds like this guy's just bored and he just like wants to collect kids, and that's problematic.
That's very problematic.
Yeah, that is.
Go on a vacation. Book a cruise.
Yeah. It sounds like he's potentially missing his children who are now adults.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's like, oh, I miss having the kids around, which is like valid, but also like don't bring in this like child that already like your wife's not on board. It could potentially be a bad situation when it comes to like the relationship between his wife and him, and then bringing a kid into the mix seems like if you're not on the same page already, it's already not going to flow smooth.
Yes.
What is everyone saying?
That's a good question. I don't think I looked at the replies. I think I just saw this. I was like, "Yep, this is the one we're doing."
It's a good one for sure. But I'm very interested to see like.
Some of them give like a verdict, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This has a verdict of not the asshole.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Agreed.
That's everyone else.
First
saying.
one, not the asshole. Also, your husband, a fun dad, quote unquote, who basically got to be the cool guy while you did all the work actually raising the kids.
Oof.
Because children are work, and only a dad who ever had babysat could act like having the responsibility to care for a child again 20 years later would be no big deal and a fun adventure.
I didn't even consider that aspect.
That makes sense though.
Yeah.
That he was like, he's the one who had all the fun and she's the one who picked up the pieces.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately, that is
somewhat normalized.
Yeah. Like more than a reality in
a lot of people's cases. Yeah. And I totally get that, especially from what she had said, because it seems like she's very much enjoying being an empty nester, having more time, having more freedom, where he's like, oh, I'm so bored. I'm like, first off, being bored is not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
So
it's a good problem to have sometimes.
But
but as someone, I really am a big proponent of like having autonomy over my own time and like I'm someone who needs my free time, and so like she's just getting it back now, and I'm sure like to like go back and like lose it all over again, and
especially when in a way like this where it's very much like against her will, it seems. So
there's a lot of things that you don't have to be on the same page about as partners. Where you want to go on vacation and where to eat, and children's not one of those.
No,
things.
this is a more serious issue. Yeah. It's like, you can totally disagree on like smaller things, but this is like, no, this is a whole other person you're going to bring into your life. Yes. Like, this could get messy real quick.
Yeah, but I think we're all in agreement. Even the comments that she's not the asshole.
She's not. Yeah, I would be like hard pressed maybe to find someone who's like, no, you're the asshole. Like, imagine.
Yeah, think of the husband.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, no one is saying that.
Everyone's like, no, this ain't good.
Yeah. All right. Any other comments that you guys want to say about that one?
I'm good.
All right. This is a rather newer segment we've been doing. We've been doing some Would You Rathers.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I kind of came up with this. I'm still on the fence if I want to tweak it or not, but this is going to be a little bit more lighthearted, so we're not so deep
not so
into the heavy of the
just like sandwich
children.
them.
Yeah. The one I have here is, would you rather A, have all the powers of the children in Stranger Things, so like telekinesis, remote viewing, projecting,
at once, right?
Yeah, you have all of them at once. Or have all the powers of the Cullen family in Twilight.
Oh.
Mind reading.
Okay, but some of them overlap, right? Okay.
True, yeah.
True.
Manipulating emotions.
Yes.
Oh dear.
if I were to throw one more wrench in it, I was like, oh, what if you could have like magical powers from like Harry Potter, like you're a wizard or a witch. Now I'm just like, oh, out of those three.
Well, out of those three, I know what I would pick.
What would you pick?
Oh, definitely Harry Potter, I think.
I was actually going to say that.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's
safer.
Yeah.
Because it's more controlled through like an object.
It's slightly more grounded, right?
Yeah. All that mind work scares me. Like, I don't know, that's scary.
Yeah.
That's so much noise.
With like seeing the future.
Yeah.
Like, and also reading people's minds. Like, can you turn it off? Because you can't turn it off. Like, Edward can't turn it off.
Yeah.
So it's like, that sounds terrifying. Like, that you would always hear everyone's thoughts and so noisy. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that, personally. The only one powers who's intrigued me with the Cullens is, like, Alice's power.
Like premonition.
Yeah, like premonition. Like, that's interesting. And, like, I guess the shield is also useful, but we're also not going up against, like, centuries-old vampires, so
no love for Stranger Things.
I think that just, like, it's such a burden. Those powers are such a burden.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for those kids.
Let's say maybe you didn't have to go through all that to like get the powers. You just
so we were
have
like
them.
we were raised happily.
You're not a test child.
Not by Papa.
Yeah.
By Papa. There's some qualifiers.
No, I would still
here.
choose Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Because you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
But also through I'm blanking on the word for it. A conduit. Through like a conduit, you're controlling it. And it's not just like you can just do whatever all the time.
Yeah, you need a wand, right? You can't.
I think there are small things that you can do without it, and that just focuses it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you're channeling your powers through the wand.
Okay.
Is the idea there. But I do think too that like it is slightly more grounded in like ish than these other powers, right? Which I do like that. And then I don't know, there's something about like there's the learning aspect of it as well. Like you have to actually like learn these spells. You have to actually be
Lex just wants to read.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm just like, oh, I'd be Hermione. Like,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And like, and also not to be able to turn it off. Like, God, that sounds awful. I would not want that. Like, Edward's power sounds like intrusive and annoying. Even though, like, is it cool that you can read minds? Sure, but not being able to turn it off. Same with Alice, like, knowing the future. But, like, it's not even concrete. Like, if someone makes a different decision, she has another vision. Like, and then, like...
what if you were driving while you're getting a premonition?
Which that's
big hazard in the movie, right? Was that the second one?
Yes.
Yeah.
That happens. And you're like,
no, that's just a hazard.
Yeah. But, I mean... See, Bella was really the only one at risk, though, because Alice would be fine.
Yeah, they'd all be fine except for Bella.
Except for
so it's fine as long as I don't die.
Like, that's, I don't know, what about you? What'd you pick?
Oh, man. I want to say the Cullens, but I mean, having magic is too OP.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Avada Kedavra. No.
No.
Not one.
Okay, this ain't Hogwarts Legacy. Okay.
Oh yeah, I played that game. I like to go around and find all the cats.
Oh.
And you can mess with them.
That's wholesome.
Yeah, you can be a cat with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's cool. Like me. Yeah, that would be so cool.
I want to see what my Patronus would be.
Right? Oh my gosh, yes, that'd be so cool. There's so many layers.
Yeah.
You know, I love that.
I think there used to be like a quiz you could take, and I think I got like a
Potter?
Fox Terrier or something. Yeah, on Potter. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I forget what I got.
I always got Slytherin house.
Really?
Always.
Checks out to me.
Wow.
And okay, coming to Slytherin's aid is we're not evil. We're just
cunning.
Correct.
Yeah.
Notice the
Very
color
ambitious.
she's wearing.
Okay, different green. No.
Actually, that's funny because Ravenclaw.
Yeah. Oh, are you Ravenclaw?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just white.
That's not a house.
No.
I'm the white
did you ever
beard
take the
of
test?
Dumbledore.
I feel like you'd be Hufflepuff.
You literally have a Gryffindor
I'm
scarf
Gryffindor.
right here.
I feel like you'd be Hufflepuff though.
Wow.
I could see
you're
Hufflepuff.
wrong.
I could see Hufflepuff, or I actually can see Gryffindor too, because there are some people who are not so overly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Neville.
Yeah.
Neville, yeah. Like in the
We're
beginning-
comparing you to Neville.
Yeah. You are kind of Neville.
All right. The one who was supposed to be the chosen one but wasn't.
I could see that because it's like
he's happy in the end.
Yeah,
right?
he's
That's
happy.
true.
Yeah,
That's
he's
true.
happy in the end, and he's brave.
Yep.
But he's also brave in a different way. He's not brave in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had the glow up.
Yeah.
Of
100%.
all of the cast
Yes. 100%.
I'll take
100%.
Yeah.
I'll
You
take
want
it.
to be Neville.
Yeah.
I want to be Neville.
Okay, so are we all saying the
I
Harry
think so.
Potter
Harry
one?
Potter, yeah.
Okay.
That was unanimous.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was a good one.
Okay. And now moving on to our segment, TikTok, where we talk about some TikToks. This, Lex, you and I have actually already done this one.
Okay.
But I'm going to show this to Brooke because I want to know
Brooke has to say.
her thoughts on this.
I'm cool with that.
I banned myself from TikTok.
Oh, did you?
I put myself in timeout.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
I probably need to, but I won't. No.
That's very accurate.
All right, so I have this one titled as names on birth certificates.
Okay.
So, all right, I'll try to position it so you can see it.
I need the internet's help in settling a debate between my husband and I. I'm under the belief that if you're going to name your child Charlie or Will, their birth certificate would say Charles or William. Those are just classic names with a nickname. My husband's under the belief that if you know you're going to name your child Charlie, or like call them Charlie, why would you not put Charlie on their birth certificate? I see his point. I just think it's wrong. I am fearful that asking for the internet's opinion is just going to further prove his point. But I'm just so confident that there are some girls on here that get me, so I need to know everybody else's stance on a full first name on a birth certificate. Thank you.
I have something to say.
Go ahead.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Mm-hmm.
I did this where one of my children is what most people consider a nickname, and I put that on her birth certificate as just the nickname because nobody else was going to call her the full name, and a nickname is also a name, you know?
Yeah.
So I did this so she would not like me. She makes Excel sheets. And she likes to make Excel sheets. This woman. Yeah. So I think you should name your child whatever you want to name them, as long as it's a name, right? As long as and if you want it to be the shortened version of something, then that's your prerogative.
Yeah. I think
she's trying to control.
Is nice too.
Well, Lex, if you remember when I originally showed this to you, I showed it to you because you have always talked about, if you change your name, your last name, you'll also change your first name to just Lex because you don't go by Alexis. No one calls you that.
Yeah.
So
it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, and I know you also really like the name Liv, short for Olivia.
Yeah.
But if you were ever to have a daughter, you would want her name to just be Liv on the birth certificate.
Yeah.
So
I'm all for that.
Yeah,
I think they're
it's cool.
separate. They're separate names. If you want it to be a nickname, then fine. But I think if you're going to use the full name, you have to also like that name.
Yeah.
You have to want that name. It is a name. Especially Charlie was a really good example. I know multiple people who are just Charlie.
Yeah.
And I think that's perfectly valid. And I also know, at least that's what they go by, Liv. I know several Livs who are just Liv. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
Yeah. Do what you want. I feel that way too.
And if they're going to have this debate, then don't choose one of those names. Don't choose Charlie or Charlie or William or whatever she was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just remember when we first met and you were really into writing and when you chose names, you were adamant about well, first of all, I don't want it to be a common name. You didn't like using common names.
It was a bit
lot.
pretentious. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was cool. I'm just because the names you came up with were really cool. Although if I recall correctly, isn't there a character in here named George Lucas?
Okay, so we need to talk about that because there is, and I didn't know that there was another famous George Lucas when I chose that one.
Yeah.
So sometimes no, it's not inherent. I do like unique names, and even when I was choosing for my own biological child, I was something that's not overly used.
Yeah.
I do like unique names, but no, sometimes a name just kind of fits. Sometimes they take on a mind of their own characters.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm in agreement that first of all, do what you want.
Yeah. Ultimately,
but
whatever.
Yeah, if you have an argument with your husband or wife, maybe settle on another name where that's not even a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I get the idea of it, because it's like, yes, you want to give the kid options, but then on the other hand, you want the simplicity, because everyone's going to call them one thing, so you may as well just be named that one thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yep.
I don't know, but that's also personal, because it's like no one except my parents call me Alexis, and even then it's like they still call me Lex a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what's the point of that? It's like people, like the only people that did, like doctors, my parents, that's it.
Yeah.
Like anybody else, it doesn't.
And I think some people even like bypass that in the sense where like they go by their middle name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of their first
My
name.
mother-in-law does that. She
Yeah.
never uses her first name.
We went to school with some people that did that.
Yeah. I can think of
a handful.
Yeah. I think that child can grow up and do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Just like Lex, you can grow up and you can change your name to just Lex if you want.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, your kid, if you're in a debate, then don't name them any of those names.
Yeah.
I think she's maybe misphrasing her opinion. I think she likes formal names. She might just not like nicknames or something.
Which is also fine.
And that's fine. It's your kid. You name them what you want.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then like, I get
wrong,
it.
though.
It's not wrong though to do it that way. Like, don't judge other people because because you don't like the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no one's like in the wrong here necessarily.
No, it's not like, oh, she's definitely wrong or this person's definitely right.
Well,
it's
she's wrong in the sense that like nobody's gonna make this blanket rule. Nobody's gonna agree with you on that. But.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's funny. I forget, what did we say exactly on this one?
Hell, I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I get what she's saying. I also get what her husband is saying.
Yeah.
I think that as long as the name isn't going to like impact the child in like a bad way, like I think Charlie, naming your kid Charlie or like Will is fine, like without it being like the longer name. I think you're always going to have the people that think it is the longer name. You know, people are just going to assume what they assume, kind of thing. I think either way is fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs to be a longer name if you don't want it to be.
Yeah. I don't know. You do what you want, and then like but just be okay. Like if your child decides later on in life, it's like they want to go by something else or whatnot. Just be respectful of that too.
Yeah, because ultimately, like your kid is the one that needs to like move through their life with the name. So it's like if they're choosing something else, like don't be offended. Like you didn't know. Like when you looked at this baby when it was born, like what their name should be.
Don't have too much of an ego with like naming your child.
I don't know if this is at all different than what we said before, but. It's probably the same.
You pre-watched this without me?
Like, no. Well, we this was actually featured on the show
Oh,
before. But
I
I thought it would be a good one to bring up with you again.
You do you.
Yeah. Cool. Any last things you guys want to say about that?
No.
All right. Well, can you believe it? We are heading to the finish line.
Okay.
Brooke, is there anything you want to plug or advocate for or anything? Doesn't necessarily have to be like social media or anything, but like maybe an organization, Planned Parenthood or something.
I mean that's a fantastic organization. Definitely not plugging social media. If I ever kind of rekindle my relationship with being an author, and which I do plan to. I think my 30s are going to be where I'm out of those trenches of babies, and I will revisit that. Then I'll plug that in a future podcast because I'm definitely coming on again. I already invited myself.
Oh, yeah.
You are more than invited.
I already invited myself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I would just say I'm not going to plug a specific organization, but I'm just going to say, like, if someone's listening to this and you're thinking about, is foster care something that I should do, then I think you should definitely explore that a little bit and ask those questions and let yourself ask those questions. Don't make it some taboo thing we shouldn't speak about it in terms of fear. We just speak about it in terms of what do I need to know more.
Yeah.
Curiosity. Yeah.
There you go. Very beautifully put. Our poet, Brooke.
Definitely not.
Alrighty.
No books of poetry coming out?
No, never. That's one genre I will never choose. I will never do poetry. No.
It's not for everyone.
It's not.
Well, it's funny because like in high school, like I could write a poem, but then I remember you being like, I just wrote like 100 pages last night. I was like, what? I'm struggling with this 5-paragraph essay. How did you write so much?
I love it. I do. I can prolifically write, but it's nothing that like it's creative.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely harder to write. Although I was in college, essays were my strong suit as well. I teach college, and students are handing me 20-page papers, and I love it.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of crazy.
I will say, yeah, in college, I feel like I became a better writer, but that's probably because like we were writing things that maybe actually interested us.
Yeah, and we were writing more often.
I don't know, Shakespeare.
Yes.
I mean, I like Shakespeare, but that's neither here nor there.
He's cool, but yeah, I want to write about films and stuff.
Yeah. You could.
But yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I guess that's going to do it for us for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us and listening.
Thanks for having me.
Brooke, thanks for being on. We appreciate it so much. If you guys don't want the party to end, consider joining us over on Patreon, where we do extra content and record for a few extra minutes after the episode ends. We will not be doing it for this episode, so nothing on the Patreon for this week, just because I don't want to like monetize you, Brooke. Like so, because you're doing this out of the goodness of your heart for free. So or if you'd rather, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/nuancedafpod. If you want a free way to support, consider subscribing to us over on YouTube, where we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that our channel can be monetized. You can find all our links in the description /show notes or at linktree/nuancedafpod. That is linktr.ee/nuancedafpod. Thank you so much for joining us and listening. Brooke, thank you again so much for being on the podcast. And remember, in a world where nothing is black and white, it is our jobs as human beings to find, understand, and be that nuance, because we are all nuanced AF. That's it, baby.
Awesome.
We're done.
That was so fun.
Yeah?
I could do that for hours.
Hell yeah.